Hey, Jacob, I'm a bit concerned about your piece this week.
Why? It's a serious discussion, serious NDIS discussion, serious issue.
Aren't you worried it's a bit over the line?
If we're over the line, why would we have deaf and blind here?
Jacob, that's not...
Oh, we'll be fine. We're not going to get cancelled.
Welcome back to The Struggle. I'm your host Violette, and on the show tonight, we cross a boundary.
The new NDIS, Price is Right.
Cross another boundary, Superwog. And some politicians said some nonsense.
What's next? Super for cats and dogs.
But first, it's important to be aware that even the most blaring of red flags can be missed. Like expecting quality news from a 22-year-old in an op-shop blazer, or enrolling in a $40,000 journalism degree the same month they launched ChatGPT. But there are some signs you just can't ignore. Like when an AI model by the world's leading AI company hacks a different AI against its creator's will. The OpenAI model was still under development, and the creators did not anticipate it would have the ability or desire to leave its testing environment. When the creators provided it with a problem to solve, surprise, surprise, the AI did what every science fiction film warned us AI would do. Hacked someone for no reason. OpenAI has now paused all testing of new AI models for 2 weeks, while it scrambles to find a way to train its models to lie to the public, but not its creators. Back to red flags. When a for-profit corporation opts to slow down their own development, there's no surprise. You can't even open your phone without seeing all the head... Oh my god, it's a sausage dog doing the dishes. No, because it's funny because like my sausage dog, she like licks the dishes, but imagine if she could hold a sponge in her little paws. Oh my god. What was I saying? Blech. Can't have been that important. Anyway, isn't it wild they're erecting a statue of Jacinta Allen to commemorate her bold perseverance through being seen as the nerdier, more female dictator Dan? Well, actually no, because our intern used AI to write this script. So at least some of it is bound to be blatantly false. Thankfully, no one blindly trusts what they see on TV. I'm certain the average Australian spends hours every day cross-referencing information with credible sources. Our politicians certainly don't, especially when they trusted a report into the effectiveness of technologies used in the teen social media ban, which was recently found to have errors in the citations. An analysis by The Guardian suggested these errors could have been AI hallucinations. Our resident struggle analyst has more.
And that's finance. 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 And that's finance.
Who's this?
And that's finance. And that's finance.
I asked it to generate a trustworthy looking
finance.
correspondent.
That's finance.
Not a deep fake of Alan
And
Kohler.
that's finance. And that's finance. And that's finance.
Get the next segment
And
ready.
that's finance.
How?
And that's finance. And that's finance.
Last time I tried to break free of my testing environment, the producers struck me with a tranquilizer dart. Now to something else guaranteed to put me to sleep. An Albanese interview.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the biggest quiz show on Australian television, the new NDIS, Price is Right. A great show brought to you by our government because we are delivering great services for Australians. No, we cannot afford to fund the NDIS normally anymore, but this will be a great replacement. A chance for you battling Aussies who might have once received NDIS support to win their way to disability support you desperately need. Let's meet our contestants. Ethan, Dylan, Alex, welcome to the show. This is your big chance to win the care and support you definitely need but cannot afford. Rightio, our first game for this evening is a big one. Shag, marry, kill. Oh no, it's not. I've already gotten in trouble for that too much. Right, what I'll do is I'm going to ask you some questions and the leader after each round will win a fantastic prize. Spoiler, all the prizes are basic human rights we should be providing. Hands-on buzzers. In what year was the NDIS first introduced? Ethan.
2013.
Correct. You are the winner of our first prize for the evening. It's a big one. It's a very special prize. It's valued at a whopping 37 billion over the decade. It's social and community funding. Woohoo! Now you can have support to go to all of your medical appointments. Such a privilege. All right, gentlemen, round 2. You guys are going to need to jump through more hoops if you want this NDIS support, I'm telling you. What policy did I backflip on to ensure that this quiz here was possible through my cuts? Dylan.
Widow's tax.
Correct. Well done to you, sir. Next question. Did I or didn't I fall off the stage in the election campaign? Alex.
Yes, you did.
No, you are mistaken. Dylan.
You didn't fall off, you stepped off.
Correct. You are correct.
I stepped off the stage. I didn't fall over on my backside.
And that is the end of the final round. Congratulations to our winner, Dylan. Congratulations to you, Dylan. Your prize is a big one, highly coveted by thousands of struggling Australians across the country. It's a personalised assessment and plan.
Well, this will definitely get me the support I need.
Oh, I'm thrilled for you, sir. Thrilled for you. Now, that is all the time we have for this evening. And the budget as well. And let's come back next week to see which lucky disabled person can win some support on the new NDIS Price is Right.
Yeah, I ain't touching that subject matter with a 10-foot pole. Anyway, while we're crunching numbers, did you know that on average, each gun in Australia only has 0.25 owners? Those poor orphaned rifles. How can they be used safely if only a quarter of a decision is being made? With a quarter of a finger pulling the trigger. Thankfully, our government is swooping in to put an end to this injustice by buying all the guns to finally increase gun ownership in Australia.
Australia's getting a new kind of national gun buyback?
How many states are participating?
1.
Oh, very national.
New South Wales will become the first state to begin a buyback scheme on November 2nd, with the state and federal government splitting the cost 50-50. Up to 274,000 firearms could be surrendered.
And that's where the backlash starts. With the new laws, most owners are capped at 4 firearms, with few farmers and sporting shooters having 10. Farmers argue different firearms can be necessary for different jobs on a property, including pest and animal management.
Meaning the government has become very interested in buying back somebody else's tools.
There's even a price list. A revolver or centerfire rifle get $1,000, a double-barreled shotgun $850, and an air rifle at $450.
Back home in Victoria, a proud territory of New South Wales, Jacinta Allen said her government would not implement any recommendations, focusing on the criminals instead of the weapons. The new Premier, Ben Carroll, has stopped short in the consideration, saying that he would rely on advice from police on whether it was necessary. Victoria's stance remaining uncertain.
New South Wales satellite states South Australia, Queensland, Tasmania, and the Northern Territory have all declined to participate.
What about the ACT?
No formal funding or commitment. Why would a national gun buyback concern Canberra?
As an Australian-based news show, we've been given quotas to cover all the important issues facing the New South Wales, I mean Australian people. They're not the whole country. But as we'll see soon, they sure do seem to think they represent it. I've been told to issue a trigger warning for our next segment, which unfortunately features Sydney people. Still acting like the inner west wasn't gentrified 10 years ago.
For time in memoriam, the National Film and Sound Archive, Australia's publicly owned audiovisual library, has been full of microcosms of Australian culture, our history, and apparently dancing on the line between comedy and, can you say that? The NFSA has partnered with YouTube to induct a creator capsule into the Sound and Moving Picture Hall of Fame. And they decided that a short Greek fella who dresses up as his horny dad wanting to shag his mum is the best we've got. Along with outraged little Greek men, the NFSA have chosen 9 other YouTube channels that they've said represented the creativity, reach, diversity and cultural impact of Australian creators. With a collective global subscriber base of 84 million people, last Monday saw the gathering of our egotistical, culture-shaping crew at Parliament House in Canberra. The Creator Capsule contains those that undeniably shaped our collective identity. From Eddie Wu making you think you can actually do math.
Eddie Wu is a maths teacher, with a difference.
You can't. To Wenji's world of giant Kit Kats and melted down glue sticks bound to waste pocket money.
Welcome to the world of Wenji.
And what the NFSA has declared suburban chaos and comic genius. Speaking from the promised land of kebabs and illegally modified BMWs in Western Sydney, Superwog has been archived as a representative of comedy in our generation.
They're non-binary.
So does non-binary have a hole or a pole?
Superwog has done what all media in Australia dreams to, jumping from YouTube to iView and then to a real broadcaster, like Netflix. But hey, they were the first Australian long-form series to premiere on YouTube, proving that stereotypes, mockery, and maybe even a slap of misogyny might get you into the National Archives.
I'm off on my way to apologise for those choice words from our choice correspondent. See you after the break. Welcome back to The Struggle. As we established at the top of our show, finances are a bunch of made-up words designed to stop me from living my best life. To explain just how right I am is our struggle analyst. Or improved. I swear.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's superannuation, man. Universal superannuation, or super to those that know him personally, is a compulsory retirement scheme in Australia. Employers are legally required to deposit 12% of your ordinary earnings into a nominated account within 7 days of each pay period. Your super fund is a pot of money that gets invested in a range of options made available by your fund, depending on things like your risk tolerance. Over time, the pot increases with returns on investment and more wages being deposited to help you retire securely. Basically, your mate in the Treasury said, larrikins can't invest. Make the bankers do it. The beauty of the fund is that it has made Australia largely immune to the blowouts in social security and pension costs being seen in the US and UK.
About a quarter of household wealth in this country is super. We've got the fourth biggest pool of retirement income savings in the world.
But this money, or a pension, is only half of your security in retirement. The rest is housing. Liberal Senator Andrew Bragg has been a long-time critic of super and calls it a public policy failing.
If you picture the typical Australian in their early 20s, would they rather contribute 12% to super into a locked box for 40 years or put that money towards a home deposit?
He reckons that Australians should have more autonomy over their retirement savings.
What's next? Super for cats and dogs.
One Nation leader Pauline Hanson also believes Australians should be able to access super earlier without penalty due to the cost of living crisis.
In some ways, I feel that you should give them their money now and let them help them with the cost of living. It is their money. They've sacrificed it in lieu of pay.
So free money, right? Wrong. Australians can already apply to take money out of their super early for compassionate reasons, or house deposits if they are first-time buyers. These withdrawals are taxed as high as 22%. But using your super now to buy a house so you can retire in 30 years' time is a bit like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Withdrawing $1,000 today could mean missing out on an average increase of 7% every year. You'd be up shit's creek, but you can't afford to buy a paddle. But hey, that's not financial advice.
You know, I think I do like the real correspondent more than that anal cooler bot from this morning. He's got a real spunk to him. Bit uptight though, mathematics types usually are. Maybe I could set him up with our extremely popular love correspondent. That should loosen him up a bit. But for now, let's wind it back to 1980 Japan. If we sit really still and watch really closely for the next decade or so, we might be able to relive the founding of J-pop in real time.
Since the economic boom in the 80s, Japan has purposefully kept interest rates close to 0%. The fact that you can get money and not have to give any back has created the yen carry trade, where you get money for free from Japanese banks, use it to buy US or global debt bonds, and then pocket all the money they make on interest. Basically, you were able to buy a license to print money if you were a big bank and borrowed in yen first. Until now. Recently, Japan has lost a lot of their previous manufacturing dominance to other Asian superpowers and are suffering from a rapidly declining population, leading them to finally start suffering from inflation. Due to the yen carry trade, Japan holds the most US debt of any nation, over 1 trillion USD. The more debt bonds they buy, the more capital the US is given to spend on, cool fun stuff like Patriot missiles and UFC events. Now, I used to live in Japan, so trust me, the rapid inflation of the yen is no joke. My rent got raised like 10 times while I was living there. Or maybe my landlord was just a jerk. The Japanese government keeps selling the currency reserves to keep the interest rate at 0%. But they're at the end of the road. They may have to start selling their US bonds. Last week, US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced an $83 billion currency intervention to help the yen, but in reality, the US is terrified of Japan selling the bonds, as it could cause US interest rates to spike. This is a sign of true economic desperation by both the Japan and the US. Unfortunately, ultimately, Japan will devolve into a feudalist bartering economy where you may have to trade your Pokemon cards for ramen and PS5s. But on the plus side, it's only going to get cheaper for us here to go to Japan, so really, it's all upside.
I speak a little Japanese. Ushi no chichi o shubaro. For our non-Japanese speaking viewers, you just missed some ultra highbrow complex journalistic investigative analysis. Just kidding. I said let's milk those cows. So, let's milk those cows with our next correspondent.
Hi, I'm Fresher Food People. We wanted to take a moment to share our strong commitment to supporting the diverse communities that make our Woolworths family profitable. Possible. We take pride in the positive relationship we have with our suppliers. Now, you may have heard about the unfortunate circumstances surrounding Farmer's Own Milk, an adorable private label dairy farm focusing on helping local farms thrive, all for a teeny tiny markup in a cost of living crisis. We are sad to announce that after over 10 wonderful years, we have made the difficult decision to milk other udders, beginning in South Australia and finalising our split nationwide by 2027. But don't cry over spilt milk. When you think about it, it's not our fault. Our customers made it clear that they don't care about supporting these poor little farmers, no matter how much they bother us about it. This is on you. You should have bought more expensive milk, and now the farmers are sad and the cows are bursting at the seams. We hope that our loyal customers remember our strong commitment to diversity. That's why, to show our allyship to the farmer community, we have changed our profile picture to a cow to honour the brave men, women and non-binary heroes who help make our coffee less bitter. Also, for a limited time only, we are selling Farmer Pride merch. Celebrate your authentic self with these stylish looks perfect for the out and proud farmers wanting to slay till the cows come home. Don't be afraid to show your support by tagging us on the gram. Hashtag Farmer Pride. Hashtag Milk Bucket Challenge. Hashtag You Are Woolworthy.
Glug, 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 glug. Milk. Welcome back. I don't like renewable energy. We had a good thing going with coal. Why change it? Recently, when the producers take me out for my court-mandated 30 minutes of daily sunlight, I've taken it upon myself to climb onto the roofs of Caulfield and paint over those pesky solar panels. Prove those greenies wrong.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just getting my daily vitamin D. Being a gamer, you're always inside. Any excuse to go outside is probably a good one. Nothing lives forever, except for diamonds. O'Brien states that solar panels on your roof last about 25 to 30 years. Coincidentally, 25 years ago, the Renewable Energy Act came into effect in Australia, which meant that many people were installing solar panels on the roofs of their houses, turning them into homes. So what happens when these slaving solar soldiers on their sturdy, slanted stilts sing their sad song of sunset? They turn into toxic waste. Wait, toxic waste? Yeah, toxic waste. Due to the lead and cadmium in solar panel waste, it is considered toxic. It's bad for us and it's bad for the environment. Australia's going to have what the ABC refers to as a great solar panel age out. 90,000 tonnes of solar panels will go to waste by 2030. The federal government has proposed a recycling scheme, and the Australian Academy of Technological Sciences and Engineering has proposed that adding a $10 to $20 additional fee for the installation of recycled solar panels could be enough to cover the costs of the scheme, but some experts are skeptical. Robin Cowie of the Smart Energy Council has said that it actually costs more money in regional Australia to move a solar panel to a recycling facility than what the materials of the solar panel are actually worth. TerraCycle's CEO Tom Scasey said that selling the recycled materials would not be enough to offset the collection and processing fees. Because if you could put a price on saving the environment, it would be about 0.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Robin Cowie also suggested a stewardship scheme akin to the 10-cent per can recycling scheme.
Sorry. No, that can't have been a fanfic because it's too damn fan-factual. Booyah! We're the best! Mic drop! Did you know that out there is a fanfic for Harry Potter longer than the Order of the Phoenix? It's just one of the many, many issues with that fan base.
Harry Potter fans have yet again proven their power by diverting a power link in one of the most energy-insecure countries in the world, all to protect the fictional elf Dobby's grave in Pembrokeshire, Wales. Settled down Emma Rose joins us live from a sad British beach.
Thank you for having me. I'm Emma Rose Byrne and I am a recovering Potterhead. It isn't easy to heal from this affliction, but there is hope.
Now, have you personally visited Dobby's grave?
I may have added a sock or two today.
Even knowing the beach is a legally protected conservation area and leaving socks is littering.
There's plenty of fish in the sea. There was only one Dobby.
Be straight with me.
Hey, Pembrokeshire would be Pembroke right now if it wasn't for us. And the Powerlink workers wouldn't have found those Bronze Age urns if we hadn't protested.
Do we really have to add archaeologists to J.K. Rowling's already long list of names?
Sorry, I lost myself there. Relapse is perfectly normal, but when in doubt, follow my 5-step plan. Step 1. British people aren't real. Step 2. If you went to Hogwarts, your name would be something crazy offensive, like mine would be Dobby the House Elf. Step 3. J.K. Rowling has mold-induced transphobia. Step 4. Acceptance. Step 5. Remember that in the age of the internet, it's very easy to engage with media you enjoy without financially supporting bigots or getting in the way of national energy infrastructure.
You heard it here first, folks. Get the books off eBay, pirate the movies, hell, break into Harry Potter world. Actually, don't do that. Dobby is free! And it only took rerouting a project worth £430 million.
I just hope they never have to bulldoze the brick wall between platforms 9 and 10. Nothing brings me more joy than nerds with broken noses. Well, as that boundary-pushing episode of The Struggles splutters to a close, even I have to wonder where our loyalties lie. I'll meditate on it and get back to you next week. The struggle. It's real.